Good morning. Welcome to your sunrise stretch video for today. We are going to start in a seated position at the top of your mat. We'll bring our arms all the way up overhead, palms touch, and then exhale, drop those hands through heart center. Go ahead and take a second here and take a couple full deep breaths in the nose, out your nose. Settling in. Bringing the arms all the way back up overhead, and then we'll bring our right arm down. Left arm comes overhead. Keeping that left sit bone pressed into the mat. Inhale, bring it back through center. Exhale to switch. Keeping the right sit bone in the mat. Full deep breath. We'll do one more time each side. Go ahead and cartwheel that right hand back down. Maybe you come a little bit closer to the forearm. Breathing through that left side body. And then we'll take it back over to the opposite side. Go ahead and cartwheel your hands down. Maybe you're coming onto that forearm. Just opening up that back. Take a couple full deep breaths. And we'll bring our arms back up overhead. And then go ahead and place them on the mat in front of you and untuck the legs. We'll come into a tabletop position. Flowing through a couple cat-cows. Big inhale, open up the chest and the head. Full exhale, arch every vertebrae up. Inhale, lift to open. And exhale to fold. Good. A few more times. Really take your time with it. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. Inhale, open. Exhale, push even the low vertebrae up. Go ahead and find a wide stance with the knees. Walk those fingertips out in front of you. Big toes stay together, child's pose. Spend a few moments just settling into the mat, settling into the pose. Opening up that back and the shoulders. Go ahead and take a few more full deep breaths. Go ahead and walk both hands over to the right corner of the mat. Left hand goes on top of right. Or you can bring your right arm behind your low back into that front left pocket. 2 full deep breaths here. And then go ahead and walk those hands back through center over to the left. Right hand on top of left. Or left arm behind the low back. 2 big breaths here. Very nice. Go ahead and untuck that left arm. Walk the hands back through center. And we'll take 2 more full deep breaths in center before we come back to our tabletop. Begin to walk those fingertips back up towards the head, pressing into the mat, finding a tabletop position. From here, we're going to come all the way down to the mat. Chest is relaxed. Go ahead and bring your right arm out to a T. Bend at the knee on your left leg, and then we're going to kick that left leg up and across our right. Go ahead and bring the side of the head down, and then that left arm can come behind the low back, either tucked underneath that shoulder blade or behind the low back. Make sure that on that right hand we have palm facing down, straight out to the side. This is a lot of tension on the shoulders, opening up the chest, giving back to your body here. A few more full deep breaths. We're welcoming any tingly sensations and letting blood flow back through that chest and the upper back. Go ahead and untuck your left arm. Left leg comes back through. Place your forehead on the back of your hands for 2 deep breaths. And then we'll switch sides. Left arm is going to come out to a T this time. Right knee bends, kick that right leg up and across. And then you can bring your right arm behind your low back or up to that front left shoulder blade. So often we're hunched over our phones or sitting at work and we get these forward rotated shoulders. This is a really good one to give back to your body and open that chest back up, bringing the shoulders back. A few more full deep breaths. Relax the shoulder, relax the side of the head. If keeping that right leg back behind you is too much work, we can always stack that right leg on top of the left. Keep it right here for just another full deep breath. And then we'll very gradually start to unfold the body. Bring your right leg back around, hands come back underneath the forehead, 2 full deep breaths. On that second exhale, slide the hands next to the body. We'll come into a couple cobras, extend the arms straight, drop the shoulders away from the ears, roll the head back. Exhale, fully relax down. Inhale, lift, engaging the low back. Exhale, fully relax down. Inhale, lift. From here, we're going to extend our toes onto the mat. Push the hips up to the sky, coming into our downward dog. Work on tucking the head between the shoulders. Maybe paddle out the feet, pushing the heels into the mat. On your next inhale, right heel comes straight up to the sky, bending at the knee. Right knee now comes up, and right heel comes over towards that left glute. Exhale, we're going to crunch that right leg all the way to the top of the mat for pigeon pose. You can stay on the top of the hands or walk it down onto the forearms. Also, welcome to use a block here. Maybe you rest the forehead on a pillow, relax the left toes, and settle into this pose. Over your next few deep breaths, see if you can melt your upper body over top of that right leg just a little bit more. Taking the tension out of the shoulders, relaxing the head down. Maybe you work on scooching those left toes back a little bit further. And on your next exhale, we're going to come back into a downward dog position. Pedal it out for a few breaths, and then take it into the opposite side. Go ahead and find the mat with the hands, kick back into your downward dog, and just work on putting all the tension on one heel at a time. Really extending those legs through. Inhale, left heel high, bend at the knee, left heel's headed over towards that right glute, and then exhale, crunch that left knee to the top of the mat for pigeon pose. Same thing here, relax those right toes, relax onto the upper body, and see if you can melt the chest to the knee. Bring the chin to the chest. Take a few full deep breaths. This is usually a problem area for most of us, being in a seated position for a good portion of the day. So stretching out your piriformis is what it's called, and also your gluteus medius, which is the top part of the glute. Lengthening through that chain will help a lot, especially if you're getting some back pain. Go ahead and breathe deep one more time, and then we'll find the mat with the hands. Curl the right toes under, kick your left foot back. You're back into downward dog. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale, crunch it all the way to the top of the mat, but then relax your left knee down. Finding your balance, swoop your arms up overhead, and then exhale, drop those hands to your hips. We're going to lunge into that right knee, stretching out that left hip flexor, and then as soon as you exhale, straighten out your right leg. As you inhale, you come into your lunge. As you exhale, you come back to your straight leg. A few more times. Inhale, lunge. Exhale to take it back. Inhale, lunge. From here, we're going to hold it this time. Push the hands on the hips. You really want to drop the hips down to the mat. Relax your left toes, open up the chest, and maybe roll the head back. Keep that right heel planted, and we're just driving that knee as far forward as we can, really sinking the hips down. Good. As you exhale, you're going to straighten out that same leg. I kind of walk my heel up a little bit. You should feel this in the back of the leg this time. Melt the upper body over top of that right leg. And just take a couple full deep breaths. Very nice. The goal here is to have that leg pretty much straight, but we might all be at different points, so wherever you're at is totally fine. Then bring it back into that lunge. We'll step it back for downward dog, and all we're doing in between is pedaling out. Then we'll move to that left side. So inhale, left heel high. Exhale, step it through. Right knee drops down to the mat. Inhale with both arms, reach to the sky. Exhale, drop those hands to the hips. Push the hips forward, roll the head back. Exhale, and then we'll take it back, stretching out that hamstring. We'll do the same thing here. Inhale. into an exhale, straight leg. Inhale to lunge. Exhale to take it back. Inhale to lunge. Exhale to take it back. And we'll hold on this one. Inhale, lunge, hands to the hips. Push the hips forward, roll the head back. Feel that right hip flexor kind of loosen and lengthen up. Very nice job with the breath. As you exhale, we're going to straighten out that left leg. Hands drop down to surround. Bring your chin to your chest. Hands can surround that left leg, and you can use blocks on either side as support as well. Looking good. We'll take one more big breath here. Try to relax the face. Relax the upper body. And then we'll pop back into that lunge position. This time we're just going to swoop that left leg around so we're back into a tabletop position. We'll rotate our legs from side to side, swooping them around so they're straight out in front of us in a seated position. From here we're going to bring our right heel into our hips. Left hand goes down that left leg. And then your right arm is going to come up overhead. You can also bring your right hand to the side of the head. We're just breathing through that right side body. Keep that right hip pushed into the mat. You can always use a strap here if we're not quite to those toes. And we're just bringing our gaze up to the sky. Keep that side of the body facing up towards the sky as well. Or maybe rotate the chest up as well. This is a really good back stretch as well as a stretch for the back of the legs. On your next exhale, we'll switch to the other side. Left heel into the hips, right hand down the right leg, left hand overhead. Full deep breaths and see if you can relax that right shoulder a little bit and let the side of the head kind of rest either on the arm or as close as you can to it. Just being in these poses is enough, so you don't have to push it, you don't have to be in pain while you're stretching. Very nice. We'll take one more full deep breath here. And then we'll cartwheel the hands back behind us. Both legs come out for our forward fold. Big toes stay together. Walk the hands down. Chin to chest, and we'll just melt over top of our legs. Coming into our last couple stretches here today. Take your time. You can always pause the video and stay in these poses just a little bit longer. Try to do at least 20 seconds with each stretch. Let's take one more big breath. Very nice. You're going to walk your hands back up your legs and we'll find a seated position. Arms come straight in front of you. Inhale, rock forward towards your toes. Exhale, begin to find your mat. One vertebrae at a time, letting that head come last. Go ahead and bring your right knee into your chest, giving it a squeeze with both hands. Couple ankle circles each direction. And then we'll use our left hand to guide our right knee across the body for supine twist. Right arm falls out to a T on the opposite side. Just rest your head down. Shoulders are still in contact with the mat. Right hip can come up off the mat, and you can use your left hand to kind of push your right knee down. Give it a squeeze back into the chest, and then we'll switch sides. Left knee comes into the chest. Couple ankle circles each direction. Using the right hand, go ahead and guide that left knee across the body. Supine twist. Left arm falls out to a T on the opposite side. Little chest stretch, back stretch, hip stretch. Let's go ahead and rotate back through center, both knees into the chest. Roll out that low back just for a minute. And then we'll rock back into our seated position, meeting back onto the top of the mat. Hands on either knee, palms facing the sky. Starting with a full inhale through the nose. Full exhale out. Full inhale in. Full exhale out. One more time. Big inhale. And nice big exhale. Awesome job today, everybody. Very proud of you. Please follow and subscribe for more. Enjoy the rest of your day.